Hey, hey, happy Tuesday. If you are new here and don't know me, I am Bridget, Executive Director of Team Go For It, and I'm excited that you are here. So I have my coffee here because, I could drink coffee all day, all year long, but it's starting to get cool outside. Fall weather is finally coming, and I like a warm cup of coffee, but I particularly had it next to me because I wanted to show you one of my favorite mugs. This one says, write your own story. And I love it. And every time I pull this mug out of the cabinet, it is a visual reminder to me that we can write our own story. If things aren't going the way we want them, we have the power to make changes. We have the power to control our own happiness, to control our reactions, to make any kind of tweaks, changes to get our lives on the path that we want them to be on, to write our own story. So I think that's a super important and awesome reminder. And like I said, every time I pull it out, it just kind of speaks to me and makes me stop and think for a minute. So I wanted to share that with you. And I'm going to take a sip while, if you are watching, whether you're watching now or the replay, I would love for you to tell me, and you can be as specific or as general as you would like, one of your favorite places to vacation. So it could be mountains, beach, a specific spot. But tell me one of your favorite places to vacation, because we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a second. Also, because it's fall, I have my pumpkin creamer in here, and it's amazing. So we're going to talk a little bit about a vacation, something we're super excited about, and how that can relate to our lives and our goals and what we have to stop doing. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to tell you, first and foremost, comparison is the thief of joy. You'll hear people say stuff like that all the time. And they'll say, don't compare your chapter 5 to somebody else's chapter 20. And don't compare your bloopers to somebody else's highlight reel. A lot of times when we look on social media, people are putting the best things out there. They're not showing you the crappy stuff. They're not showing you their kids having a meltdown or their messy house or, all the things that we don't want other people to see. So when you're looking at other people's lives, you're only seeing the best pieces. And when you look at your own life, you see it all. So if you compare all of your stuff that has that messy stuff in there to somebody else's perfectly portrayed picture, you're gonna be like, well, why isn't my life like that? Or why am I not as, ahead as that person? Or, all these different things. And that can really take away from your happiness and your joy. So comparison truly is the thief of joy. And it's so hard. I see some of those comments coming in: the beach, the mountain, Tennessee mountains, Disney World with the kids, lake house. I love it. We are a lake family, but my personal happy place is the beach. And that's what we're going to talk about in a minute. But comparison truly is the thief of joy. And as humans, it's our nature to compare. That's how we judge, how we're measuring up or how we're doing if we don't have other standards to measure our own success or progress by. But we've got to stop comparing. So to give you a good example, I have a dear friend, Susie, and she laughs because everybody uses the name Susie in stories, and she's like, we're going to change the name Susie for the better. So it's really funny that I thought about using Susie for this example, because Susie and I actually both joined our Color Street businesses. We started our businesses on the exact same day. We are Color Street twins. So I'm going to use her in my story, but it works out really well because we truly did start at the exact same time. So in our story today, I'm giving you story time, we are going to talk about going on a trip to the beach. So let's say Susie and I are both going to the beach. We call up, we make our reservations, we have our room booked, and we get in our car, we pack our suitcases. We might have to go out and buy some luggage or buy certain outfits or whatever. We pack it in our suitcases, we pack our car up, and we get on the road and we go. Okay? We're both going to the same place. We both have that same destination in mind. That's our goals. And the trip is this journey that you're on, whether it's your Color Street journey or your life journey or some other goals that you have. So what we don't do and what we don't want to do is, let's say I'm riding down the road and I'm excited and I'm going because this is my happy place. But then I look and I call my friend Susie and she's like, oh yeah, I'm an hour away. And I'm 3 hours away. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to say, well, Susie's further along than I am. I'm turning around going home back now. No, because my goal is to get to the beach. My goal is to get to that happy place, to get to that achievement, to reach that level of success, whatever it is that I'm aiming for. So I'm not going to let somebody else's journey, hi Angela, I'm not going to let somebody else's journey stop me on mine. And you know what? Things might happen along the way. Susie might know a shortcut. I might have a flat tire. I might get stuck in traffic because there was an accident. All these different things could happen along our journeys, and we're not with Susie, so we don't know what's going on her journey. All we are is here with us, and we see somebody else is ahead of me. She's going to get there faster. Well, you know what? The beach isn't going anywhere. Your goals aren't going anywhere. They're still going to be there when you get there. But if you stop, or if you turn the car around and go home, you're not going to get there. That's the only way that you're not going to get there, is if you stop and turn the car around and go back home, or just stop where you are and hang out at this rest stop. Another thing I want to say is, sometimes people have those goals. They're like, I really love the beach. I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive and go, and maybe I'll get there. If you want to get there, drive. Just go. Don't let other things stop you. Don't stop at that rest stop and say, oh, it's going to be awesome if I get there. Or maybe one day I'll get there. You got to have a plan, and you've got to put those action steps in place, but you got to keep going towards your goal, towards your destination. You've got to keep going on that journey. And you can't look at what your friends are doing to the left and right of you. Because here's the thing. There's no limit at the top. There's no limit at your goals. There's no limit. I mean, when you make a reservation at the beach, there is a limit. But guess what? When you set out, whether it's your Color Street journey or whatever other goal that you've made for yourself, Color Street doesn't cap out at a certain number of people at the top, if that's your goal, if you're going to the top, or if you're going to another level in between. There's no maximum that says, oh, we've got 10, we've got 20, that's it. When you made the decision to get on that journey, you made your reservation. You made your reservation for your goals and for your level of success that you want to achieve. So that's already there. They're not going to give that reservation away. It's just up to you for you to get in the car and keep going. So we never know. Susie might have had 4 or 5 friends in the car with her, and maybe we're traveling somewhere where, the distance is long and we have to stop and take a nap, or stop and sleep overnight, or take a nap, or take a rest. Susie may have had 4 or 5 friends that they all rotated driving. We don't know all of that person's situation or all of their circumstances that allowed them to get there quicker. And a lot of times we might be the ones that get there quicker before somebody else. You know what you do then? You say, hey friend, I'm here. I'm waiting on you. Here's a shortcut that I found. Here's a trick. Here's a tip. You give them encouragement. It's going to be so much fun when you get here. And you have to do that for yourself too. You have to keep yourself pumped up and motivated, and not get discouraged because somebody else did get there before you, or because they got there faster, or because they knew a shortcut, or because any of the different things that happened. You know what? Sometimes life happens. You're riding down the road, you got a flat tire. Okay, that's going to delay us. It's all right. We're going to get our tire fixed. We're going to keep going. Get the tire fixed, keep going. Then the car blows up. Because sometimes life happens. Sometimes life will blow up in your face and you're like, what now? You could decide to stop. You could say, well, I gave it a good shot. It was a good effort. I really wanted to get to the beach. Made it through the flat tire, but then the car blew up. It's destined for me to go back home. Guess what? You could do that. But your reservation's still there waiting on you. Your friends are getting there, and they make rental cars. There's other ways. If you have the determination and the drive and the motivation to keep going, there's always other ways. There's always another thing that can help you get there. Sometimes we have to be creative. Sometimes we have to think outside of the box. Amy, mine too. It is the story of my life. My husband and I have both said, and my dad said it growing up too. He's like, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. But that also, I think the people that experience stuff like that, and you continue to push on, and you continue to, go towards your destination, or towards your journey, or towards your goals, or that level of success that you're striving for. Those are the people that it builds strength, it builds character, it builds resilience, it builds consistency, and it builds all of those things that you need in order to have that success anyways. There's always a way. You're right. It might be tough. It might not be, let's say there was construction, the way that you've always gone to the beach your whole life, the way you know forwards and backwards, like the back of your hand, that you don't even need a map anymore. That's the easiest way. It's the fastest way. Let's say there's construction, the road, there's detours. There's gonna be detours. There's gonna be always gonna be something that happens. One of Monica's sayings that I love is, don't let a pebble trip you up your mountain. There's gonna be pebbles, there's gonna be things, but you gotta keep going, because if you stop, you never make it to the beach. You never make it to that end goal. And you know what? As much as I love Susie, she is a very dear friend of mine. Our friendship is not enough for her success to stop mine. If there was only one person, if there was only one reservation, she got there, okay, but that's not the case. That's not the case. There's nothing in life that should be big enough to stop you from reaching your goals. It might be harder. It might be one of the hardest things. Like I said, life is going to blow up sometimes. Look right now. I mean, most of us are homeschooling, doing all kinds of crazy stuff that we never thought we would be doing. But I'm still chugging along. I'm still getting my miles in each day. I'm still getting closer and closer to my journey, because that's my ultimate goal. And nothing that I can go through is worth me giving up on myself or my dreams or my family's dreams or our future and the things that I really truly desire and want for us and for myself. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you all that your goals are incredibly important. And there's nothing worth giving up on them. There's nothing worth stopping. There's nothing worth, getting halfway and saying, if I make it, it'll be awesome. No, get in the car and drive. Get there. Find another way. Find another route. Find that rental car, whatever you need. And you know what? Sometimes you get to the beach because that's where you thought you were going, or that's where you wanted to go. And then somebody tells you, guess what? 25 miles down the road, it's an even better beach. Prettier, white sand, pink sand, whatever, clear water, shells, cabanas with fruity drinks, whatever it is that is, exciting and enticing for you. There could be a bigger goal, even further, and you might have to work a little bit more. And you thought, you were going to the beach, you got there, but now you're like, oh, but if I go a little bit further, I can have something even better. So also, don't let your initial end goal destination be the end all be all. If along the way you find out that you want something more, or that you want to go a little bit further, it might take a little bit more work. It might take you an extra day to get there. It might take you an extra week to get there. We're still the beach journey thing. But it's still worth it if that's a goal that is important to you and something that you want to strive for. Because by setting that goal, by starting this business, by starting that journey, you've already made your reservation. There's room for you. We're just waiting. The people at the top are waiting. We're waiting for you to get there. People are cheering you along. And a lot of times you might not see that. And all you might see is the people passing you left and right. Well, this person started after I left the house and she flew past me. Maybe her car's better. Maybe she got some better gas. I don't know. But it's not worth you saying, well, she's going to get there before I am, so I'm just going home. It's not worth that. Because you know what? I'm going to go back to this. You can write your own story. You can hit those goals. You can achieve that level of success. You just got to keep going, and you've got to stop comparing to other people, because it's your journey. Yours is special. Yours is your own. And you know what? Sometimes the harder journeys and all of those crazy things blowing up in life makes for a better story at the end, so that you can turn around and inspire people that you see heading towards the beach. You say, hey, you know what? It might be tough, but I've been through some tough stuff and I still got here. I know you can do it too. Imagine what that message could do for other people if they see, oh, it might not be all rainbows and sunshine and smooth sailing and we're going to get on the highway and hit, go straight down and be there in an hour. It might be bumps and curves and detours along the way, but I can still get there because this person did. She showed me that she made it through the hard stuff and she still got there. So that was just my little analogy that I have been thinking about, because I've had this conversation with several different people in the past about not comparing yourself to others. And like I said, it is human nature. We all do it. It's really hard to overcome. But if you stay in that mindset of focusing on yourself and on your own goals and your own journey and not letting anything else stop you, and you're just looking forward in your path, you stay in your own lane, you just look forward right here and at the next step that you've got to take, and you look at your map and see where you got to turn, and you plan and you go and you reevaluate, you're going to get there. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it can be a little bit of encouragement for all of you as you go all write your own story. Y'all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.